Hello, welcome to the Wooden Gnome assembly video. Thanks for joining and thanks for purchasing your wooden gnomes. So you should have your wooden gnomes already in place. Some of you have ordered one or two. If you've ordered more than that, please let me know. But here is a wooden gnome that you should have, and you have your insert here. That will be your sign. What I'm sending you in the mail, you should be receiving it any day now, would be a package per gnome. And inside you will have some Velcro stickers assembly, and that will be for the tree. You will have 4 pieces of your tree, and they are scored. You will also have your hat. This is going to go below your sign on the gnome. And this is for your hat. Now, many of you are going to have this if you ordered one. If you've ordered 2, you will have one in this color and one in this print, because I did not expect so many. I ran out of this print. So you'll have one of each. You will have your little mustache. You will have your nose and your 2 gloves, hands, gnome hands. And then these 4 little pieces are to decorate the hat. So you'll have that. These are decorative for your sign. And again, you can switch it out from this side to this side for your sign based on what your hat trim is. You'll have your 2 little feet. You will have 6 large and 6 small gold glitter gem, pre-stick glitter gem. 1 tassel for the hat, and these are 2 for the feet. And then you'll have 1 for each side of these. Now, in my email that I sent to you, your pre-work to help you is to distress with your daubers. So ink the edges of each. And I've done that already for the exception of this one. So you would need shortbread, mocha, pine, and candy apple. So those are the 4 colors that we used. So I've pre-inked all of mine already, but if you're not familiar with how to ink the edges, I'm just going to show you quickly. So I left this tree here that we're going to do. And here's my dauber. And I am just inking the edges of that. And now to get into these little crevices, I just kind of like bend it slightly back. And that will let me get into those little crevices, and it won't impact because the paper will bounce back as long as you're not pressing too hard. And it's okay if you go in a little bit. It's what we call distressing the ink edges, but I'm also doing this because our cardstock, it has a white core on it. So I just wanted to eliminate that white core. All right, and that's it. All right, so let's get ready to assemble your wooden gnome. All right, so we're gonna start with the hat. And like I said, some of you are gonna have this print on the main side, and some are gonna have this print on the main side. And we're gonna need liquid glue. And I'm going to assemble the hat for the most part. Again, you don't want to put too much glue on, but you want to be able to adjust it accordingly. So and this glue does dry pretty fast. Not quite sure what you have on there, but we have that done. So that is that. Now, when you look at your wooden gnomes, you can see the 4 shapes there. So I'm going to suggest, I have my cheap one here because I've already made one, but I'm going to suggest that you look at where those spots are and we can automatically put them on. Our cardstock also was two-toned, so I am using the darker side of each of our pieces of cardstock. So I have that. That's the dark side, and you can see how hopefully you can see that I have inked all of the edges. And that is going to go right up against that corner. And then the bigger, you got two half circles. The bigger half circle is going on this side, and the smaller one is going over here. Just making sure you guys can see me. Okay, I'm trying to sneak on my toes. And again, I'm just trying to get this up right towards the edge. And then we are going to do the white gel pens, but we will do those last. I'm gonna have to actually grab them. They're on my other side of the table. So, and this is gonna go here. All right, so we will have our hat to be able to put into place. So that is good. All right, and then before we put the nose on, we're going to glue on his little mustache there. And then the nose, which is your bigger oval. Just gotta make sure that I am in your view. Then the oval will be popped up with 3D foam tape right there and kind of give it some dimension. So let's put those together. And you want to make sure you're going to get towards the edge, because that's where it will end up, right, lifting after time, and we don't want that to happen. So, right, just want to hold that down. Make sure that's in place. Now you can paint the back too if you're interested in doing that. I kind of like the natural wood, but feel free to add to it. So again, now we're going to do his little mustache. And then again, I'm going to take some 3D foam tape and add it. So again, I should say, so this shortbread, I'm using the lighter side of that cardstock. Super cute. He's coming together really fast, right? So now on his board here, let's do that. You can see this is going to get covered up. It might have some of the burn marks when it was from the cutting machine, but that's not going to be an issue. So I have, again, 2 strips here, and I am just going to add some glue to them. And this is going to go on the white piece of cardstock. I'm just butting that up against the edge. And this will go on the right side of that piece. And then here, you choose your sentiment and what you want to stamp with. I had this in my stash. I chose Merry Christmas. And then I blended it, taking the pine ink, and with a blending brush, I just blended the color on there, and then I stamped my sentiment on there. Now again, you may not even want to stamp your sentiment because you may want to put your tree there and just have it there full time, and that would be with your Velcro. But I'm gonna also show you another idea. On the back side, here's where I do have the Velcro, and I was putting in that tree. So let's take my other piece here. And we're going to glue this on one side of that sign. I'm not going to put that Velcro on there yet because I want to give you, at the end, I'm going to give you options of what you want to do. But this will be on the one side here. And let me just get the glue here on. Okay. I'm just matting that down. All right, so here are going to be the options. We'll save that. We'll come back to that afterwards. The other option, which you can, well, we'll talk about that after. So let's get our little hands on, our little mittens. And again, a reminder, I got some green on there. Make sure your fingers do not have ink on them. Apparently mine did, so I got a little ink on his nose. That's okay. All right, and now you can see also here where we have the X's and the dots. So we will be doing the X's and the dots, but I'm going to do that after I have his little booties on, little elf feet. I'm wondering if I had ink on my pad. I might have. All right, and now this piece here actually will slip right inside this bottom section here between his feet. So that's what we're going to do. And it should fit perfectly in there. Now, if you purchase this wooden gnome, you have the SVGs to upload into whatever die cutting machine, whether it's a Silhouette, a Cricut, or what other machine, Brothers maybe you have Scan and Cut. You have in your account that you purchased with me, it'll have digital files. So you will be able to download these and then upload into your die cutting software to be able to cut your own. So if you have more gnomes, you'll be able to cut more and do this on your own. I think there are maybe some left, but it would be including with stamp sets, not just the $10.95. The ones where it's just $10.95, I believe just sold out because I went to go get more. And unfortunately, they are gone. So now what you have is your 4 trees, okay? So one of the trees I'm going to keep flat. This is the one we just inked the edges, possibly where I got my green from on my little nose. As you can tell, that is really bothering me. But I'm going to set him aside for a second so you can see. Oh, you know what we can do while he's setting aside? I'm knocking things over. we're going to put a little dauber of glue right here on the end. And we will put our little tassel. Hold him there, hopefully for a little second. I'm going to set him aside and let him dry. Okay, so now we have our trees. And again, they do have score marks, so you're going to want to fold them in to each other. And the one on the flat side, we're going to line it up, and I'm going to put glue on this one side. And this is how you're making it as dimensional or 3D. Bring this up a little bit closer so you can see. I am just want to make sure that he's lined up on that score line, but also evenly here. So front and back. And then we're going to do the same. I'm going to take this side here and again glue. And again, line him up. Line. All right, so we have those two done. And now we have this last one. So this last one is gonna be the trickiest because you want to line it up here and you want to line it up and glue. So you're going to glue both sides of this. I might have a little bit too much glue, but that's okay. Again, I want to glue that line up, and then I want to line this up too. And it's okay if it's not as entirely, but it should be pretty close. You should be able to get that pretty close. And now this is the flat side. So bringing back our gnome that we were working on, you have options here. So for instance, on my existing one here, I have my Velcro. Many of you are going to have the larger Velcro, otherwise you're going to have two smaller pieces. And I put that there, and he goes, actually I'm going to put it up a little bit higher. And he fits in right there. And I could have him sitting like that all the time, right? The other option would be to take him off, leave this Christmas sign here, and then instead of putting that little tassel on his toe, you can put Velcro here or here. You have the bigger one, and you can have that here with Merry Christmas. The goal is, though, make sure that this is even with his foot, because if you go down past his foot, he's not going to sit straight, right? So when you do your Velcro, you're going to want to do that. So that's the option for you there. I think I'm going to end up doing this one that way. So I'm going to do my sentiment afterwards. But I'm going to put that in here, and I'm going to take my Velcro. And these are pre-adhesive. So I am going to just put that there. And I'm going to put this, and again, it's sticky, but I'm going to put that on top so I know that they're lined up. And then I'm going to put this down. And I can hold that down and I'll bend those back. But when I lift this up, my Velcro is stuck on the back here, and I know it's lined up with that one. So next time I put it down, it will be there. And all set, right? And there we go. So now let's do our little decoratives. Okay, we're going to want to put our little tassel here on this toe. Again, we won't need the other one, so you'll have an extra one if you choose to do it this way. Also, I'm going to let you do this on your own, but you have your little gold dots and you can embellish them. I left some sides blank because it's not sides that we're really going to see, and just put them randomly around. So you'll be able to do that. I will do that on mine, but let me get my white gel pens. And I'm going to sit down for this, so I may seem a little bit further away. But we have 3 size gel pens here and my black journaling pen. So my black journaling pen, I'm going to do that afterwards. I typically will go with the medium. So we have the 5, the 10, and the 8. So I'm going to go with the 8. And for here, I am just going to do dashes. All around the edges of each of these shapes. All right. And then in addition, I'm going to just take him off for now. I put a little bit right here on his nose, just to kind of give his nose a little bit of a dimple. And then we have the boots to do. So I'm doing dash marks here, and then I'm going to do X's, 3 X's. I X that a little bit off because I'm doing this closer to me, so I'm just going to try to and again, little dash marks. X, X, and X. I believe those are it for the white gel pens. And then again, I just added little dashes to some of these, and I went on to the red, but I did them fairly close, so like little hash marks. Did there. There. And then up here. And down here. Just like a little hashtags there. So hopefully you can see those. Done. And that's it. We're done. We are done with making our gnome. So I hope you enjoyed making it. Post a picture on the Scrap and Roll page. Share what you've created. I'd love to see. Even though they'll all pretty much be the same, but love to see what kind of sentiment you chose. And I actually might not even have to do this side of the boot, since if you choose this way, but love it. Let me bring in the finished one here. Oh, I wanted to show you this because this is also a great way to give a gift, right? Put in a gift card right there. It fits with the sign, so then they can have the sign, but you can give a gift card with it too. So great gift idea. Thank you guys for joining me, and hope you share. Bye.